Trent Alexander-Arnold savaged by Liverpool legend. Trent Alexander-Arnold's struggles against Bournemouth raise questions about his form. Trent Alexander-Arnold had a challenging performance during Liverpool's Premier League victory over Bournemouth this past weekend. The 26-year-old defender, who has been a key figure for the club, made several errors throughout the match, leaving fans and pundits questioning his current form. From the opening moments at Vitality Stadium, Trent was caught off guard. He struggled to contain the threat posed by Bournemouth's attackers, particularly Antoine Semenyo and Justin Kluivert, who repeatedly tested his defensive capabilities. Fortunately for Liverpool, the team managed to avoid conceding, despite some shaky moments down their right-hand side. Trent's difficulties were not confined to defensive duties alone. His passing and decision-making were off, and his performance continued to deteriorate as the match progressed. Ultimately, the England international was substituted in the second half due to an injury, but it seems that the issue isn't expected to keep him sidelined for an extended period. In analyzing the game for ESPN FC, Liverpool legend Steve Nicol did not hold back in his criticism of Alexander-Arnold's display. Nicol, who had a distinguished career at Anfield, questioned Trent's ability to fulfill his defensive role effectively. Everything we were hearing earlier this season about how he's improved defensively, well, that was just propaganda, Nicol stated bluntly. He was awful in this match, and honestly, he might have been substituted earlier had he not been forced off with an injury. Defensively, he was a liability. I don't think it's due to a lack of effort. He just seems out of place. He doesn't seem to know what to do when he's isolated. Over the past few years, he's had the likes of Konate, Matip, and Van Dijk to cover for him. And, in general, Liverpool have had more possession, which has allowed him to get away with these shortcomings. But when he's isolated, it's a real issue. You have to look away at times. Trent is now under intense scrutiny as his future at Liverpool becomes uncertain. His contract runs until the summer of 2025, and the 26-year-old is being heavily pursued by Real Madrid, who are reportedly planning to make him their next big signing. This could mark the end of an era for the homegrown talent at Liverpool, and if he moves to Madrid, it will bring his memorable time at his boyhood club to a close. Real Madrid's interest in Alexander-Arnold and Liverpool's upcoming cup clash. Liverpool's upcoming Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Tottenham could potentially serve as one of Trent's final appearances for the club. With a 1-0 deficit from the first leg, Liverpool will need a strong performance to overturn the result. The match, scheduled for an 8 p.m. GMT kickoff, will be broadcast live on Sky Sports Football. Should Alexander-Arnold depart, Liverpool will have to move quickly to find a suitable replacement to shore up their defense for the future. Liverpool's transfer news. Johnny Cardoso update. In other transfer news, Liverpool's interest in Real Betis midfielder Johnny Cardoso continues to develop. The 23-year-old American has impressed since joining Betis from Internacional in Brazil in January 2024, quickly establishing himself as a key player for the Andalusian club. He has made 44 appearances in total, including 15 La Liga appearances this season. Liverpool's recruitment team has taken notice of Cardoso's form, and the club is reportedly considering a move for the midfielder. However, securing a deal may not be straightforward. Johnny recently extended his contract with Betis until 2030, with a salary increase reflecting his growing importance to the team. According to Diario de Sevilla, Johnny's representatives met with the club to discuss the new deal and also entertained an inquiry from Wolves during the winter transfer window. While Liverpool's interest remains strong, Johnny's future may hinge on what happens with Tottenham Hotspur. As part of the deal that saw Giovanni Lo Celso leave Spurs for Betis, Spurs negotiated a preferential purchase option for Johnny, which would allow them to secure his services for $25 million between June 1st and June 30th, 2025. If Tottenham does not exercise this option, Liverpool will have the chance to make their move. Liverpool's focus shifts to Tottenham for Carabao Cup tie. Liverpool's attention will now shift to Tottenham Hotspur as they look to bounce back in the Carabao Cup. With a deficit to overcome, Jurgen Klopp's men will need to deliver a top-tier performance to secure their place in the final. The Anfield faithful will be hoping for another memorable encounter similar to the 2021-22 season, where Roberto Firmino's last-minute header played a crucial role in Liverpool securing a top-4 finish. That season saw many immediate concerns over Marcus Rashford's loan move to Aston Villa, a potential setback for his career. Respected journalist Henry Winter has raised a significant concern regarding Marcus Rashford's imminent transfer to Aston Villa, which could result in the Manchester United forward wasting a prime opportunity to revive his career. As of Sunday afternoon at 12:30 p.m., Rashford is undergoing a medical examination ahead of a move to Villa. The two clubs have reached an agreement for a 6-month loan deal, which includes an option for Villa to purchase the player for $40 million at the end of the term. However, Rashford has been deemed surplus to requirements by Ruben Amorim, who consistently left him out of matchday squads, citing concerns over his attitude and work ethic. These issues were reportedly addressed by Amorim on several occasions. On the other hand, Unai Emery, Villa's manager, holds a different view. According to The Athletic, Emery believes that Amorim misjudged Rashford's situation and is confident that he can help unlock the player's potential. Emery regards Rashford as one of the world's most dangerous attacking talents and sees the opportunity at Villa as a chance to return to form. Yet despite the optimism surrounding his transfer, Winter has expressed concerns that Rashford might not be fully committed to this new chapter. Winter revealed that, as of now, the plan is for Rashford to commute from Manchester to Villa Park and Bodymoor Heath training ground every day, rather than relocating to the Midlands. This could suggest that Rashford isn't fully invested in the opportunity, which could ultimately sabotage his chance to rebuild his career. Winter wrote, "Aston Villa offers Marcus Rashford a tremendous opportunity to relaunch his career if he can meet Unai Emery's demands, both with and without the ball. Emery is a detail-oriented and tactical coach who has a track record of getting the best out of players who have been underperforming. If all goes as planned and the loan is finalized, Rashford will be playing in front of a passionate Villa Park crowd, where total commitment will be expected. If he delivers, the fans will quickly warm to him. His pace, directness, and goal-scoring ability will be valuable assets for Villa, especially with the added strain of European competition and the departure of John Duran. Rashford may need a few games to regain match sharpness, but he is in better condition than many believe. He has let his career drift in recent years, but he is still a talented player. Anyone who has scored 139 goals in 426 appearances for Manchester United and 17 goals in 60 appearances for England has undeniable quality. The onus is now on Rashford. His character and ability are being questioned, and he must seize this opportunity." Winter also pointed out that Villa is a club with a rich history and a bright future under Emery, who has already begun reshaping the squad with the help of sporting director Monchi and the owners. Villa Park, especially when the team is performing well, provides an electric atmosphere that could help bring out the best in Rashford. He has all the tools at his disposal: a supportive fan base, a manager who believes in him, and the chance to play in the Champions League. "He's only 27 and he's eager to get back into the England squad," Winter continued. "However, that will be a tough challenge given the quality of attacking players at manager Thomas Tuchel's disposal, including Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers. But before he can even think about an England recall, Rashford needs to prove himself at the club level." Winter noted that it has been clear for several months that Rashford would be leaving United. Whether the reason is tactical, a lack of effort, or a combination of factors, parting ways makes sense for both the player and the club. He also suggested that despite the loan move, it seems unlikely Rashford will return to United. This would allow Amorim to focus on rebuilding the squad without distractions, while also freeing up Rashford's wages to reinvest in a new centre-forward. One important point to consider, Winter added, is that the current suggestion is that Rashford will commute to Villa's training ground. Honestly, he should relocate closer to the training facility in Villa Park to truly immerse himself in this opportunity. Rashford needs to dedicate every moment and every ounce of energy to making the most of this chance. A remarkable salary arrangement. Villa's major commitment. An aspect of Rashford's loan deal that cannot be overlooked is the highly favorable salary arrangement for Villa. Both Ben Jacobs and The Athletic have confirmed that Villa will cover 75% of Rashford's £325,000 weekly salary, a figure that could increase to 90% based on performance-related incentives. This means that Villa will pay Rashford a weekly wage of £243,750 if the 75% coverage is applied,